G'day fellas and welcome to Golden League. That is right, we are back with some more Golden League action. Spawning in over on the southwest side of the map, playing the Holy Roman Empire, we've got Wham01. His opponent, who spawns on the opposite side of the map, playing as the Chinese, it is Liquid Muslim. This game, of course, is part of Golden League. For anybody unfamiliar with Golden League, I think it's 15 or 16 GMT. I'm not sure what time it is. I just know it's 1 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So Google that stuff. It'll be happening this Sunday. So by the time this video is uploaded, it'll be about 8 hours. 8 hours? 9 hours? Once this video has been uploaded, that the Golden League is going to be starting. But let's talk a little bit about the matchup that we have got today, because this is a very difficult matchup, and it is a matchup that has obviously received a lot of changes recently. Obviously, the big one is going to be the Holy Roman Empire, a civilization that has got a huge buff. The Prelate coming in early, a lot of people look at this and think, it's not that big. No, it's massive. You know why? Because not only do you not have to train that Prelate, but that Prelate is out here inspiring villagers from the beginning of the game. Gives you that nice boost immediately, and we can see that Wham here is just going to be going for the standard 3 villagers on gold, everybody else on food. Probably going to be going up to 7 villagers on food, then moving over onto his wood line. But this matchup is very difficult. Now, the map, of course, is Hill and Dale, which is a little bit favored towards China, and the primary reason is because it enables you to wall up to stop counterattacks. So that's going to be a big part, because in this matchup as China, I don't think you can play it standard. What's standard? It's like 2 town center song, like maybe 1 TC song with a fast castle or something like that. That's kind of standard. In this matchup, I feel like, and this is only because of the most recent patch, because the Holy Roman Empire is very, very strong. You have to put a Spenner in the works. You can't just let the Holy Roman Empire do what they want to do. I mean, you can. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. But I really feel like, as the Chinese here, what Muslim needs to be doing, what he wants to be doing, is force that issue over on Wham's side of the map. So whether he looks to go for some sort of tower rush, Barbican rush, honestly, what I've been doing in this matchup, I know you might think it's crazy. I've been doing this on a Smurf account at the moment. I think it's Diamond 3 at the moment, the Smurf account. I've been having a lot of success with it. It's a spearman opening. I'm not even kidding you. I put my barracks right on top of my mill. I supervise the barracks with my super Imperial official, and then I like pump my spearmen out, and then I'm back supervising the mill, supervise the barracks, supervise the mill, sort of balancing between it, force them off gold, and then I follow it up with a Barbican rush. I'm not even kidding you. So the Barbican comes down at like 6.5 minutes, 7 minutes. It's absolutely insane, because it really works, and it forces the Holy Roman Empire play, because it's like they're in a difficult spot. You put a Barbican in their face, and now they've got to decide, okay, how am I going to clear this? Am I going to make rams, in which case I'm going to have to do siege engineering, and I'm going to have to make infantry? That's going to take some time. Do I go castle and do I get trebuchets? If so, I'm going to need a gold source. And if you're thinking about dropping outposts down over on positions like this, then it could be really, really difficult for your enemy to sort of find their way up to it. But I feel like that's the first way that you can play it. The second way is a little bit more greedy, and it's something I talk about a fair bit. It's 3 town center song. This is something that we haven't really seen catch on in the meta yet, but basically the idea behind it is that you go for 3 town centers, you wall up like a madman, and by the time your enemy is ready to attack you, you're ready to defend them. That's essentially the way it is. But it doesn't look like we're going to be having a Barbican rush today. Demuslim going to be playing it a little bit safer. Everything looking quite standard for him. It's going to be the Imperial Academy going down, and he gets 1, 2, 3 production buildings all within the radius of his Imperial Academy. So an absolute killer Imperial Academy here. And this is something I've been taking a little bit more care with recently, making sure that when you place down the Imperial Academy, you look to hit these resources. Try and get it a little bit more central. I used to very much anchor it over towards the wood and really focus on getting it as deep into the wood line as I possibly could, that area of effect. But I don't think that's much. I don't think that's important. I think the most important thing for China, at least at this point, is just that early gold generation. Because if you can survive through the early stages of the game, then that's where it gets serious. So everything at the moment for Demuslim looking pretty standard. I'm suspecting we're probably going to see a 2 town center Song dynasty, but you know, this is something that I often talk about. If you go for 2 town center Song dynasty against the Holy Roman Empire, you will probably lose to them. So I'm sure Demuslim's got something in his sleeve. And look at this little nice little, oh my god, I've never seen it before. He's pushing the deer quite literally. No way. Look at that. Oh my god, this is amazing. This is oh, this is so good. Oh my, I can't even believe this. I've never seen this before. He's just pushing all of the deer slowly with his scouts. You can see the scouts slowly just ushering the deer over. It's like, come on, man. The deer might not have spawned inside my mill, but he's slowly making it work. This is big brain stuff. This is giga brain stuff. I can't believe he's doing it. Also going to be dropping down the stable as well. Wheelbarrow coming through for him. What an absolute Chad play. I cannot believe that. That is insane. That is 900 IQ. Wham now going to be under attack on the gold mine, but he's doing everything right. A couple of horsemen going to be opening up here as well. Now, one of the things to note, I don't see Wham. Well, Wham's got the 2 scouts on the front side, but he's not going to be able to defend against this. So obviously getting the horsemen out is going to help here. It's going to force out his opponent to potentially look to wall as well. So I wouldn't be surprised if Demuslim looks to drop down these walls. Back in the base for Demuslim, looks like he's going to be starting to take stone. He's got enough to drop down that Barbican. It's happening. Okay, so, you know, I'm really happy that we're seeing this because this sort of lends to what I was saying before. It's like, you have to do something as China in this matchup. You can't let the Holy Roman Empire sit there and do everything that they want because they will mess you up. Very unfortunate Barbican positioning here, but probably the best he's going to be able to get away with. You can see a whole bunch of units trying to come through, but he's managed to find a nice little sweet spot on the backside here. Villagers obviously don't have that textile upgrade. Actually, they do have textiles. Oh my god, he went for a textile upgrade because he's doing the Barbican rush. Oh, it makes so much sense. He gets the extra 25 health on the villagers, so they're less likely to die. This one's going to fall back with 9 health. He's only managed to kill one of them. The textile rush is actually legit. There's so many things to talk about in this game. We have a textile rush. We have one of the craziest deer pushes I've ever seen in Age of Empires 4. And now we have what I suspect will be, indeed it will be the crawl. It will be the daisy chain. It will be the outpost that this is something that you absolutely hate to play against. You love to do it. And this is something that I do quite a fair bit. As I was talking about, the way I like to do it, I go spearman to sort of deal with this potentially, also to deny outpost from my enemy. And then I'm looking at dropping the Barbican. You know, Barbican probably would have been right here. And then spearman just here to defend. And then you're looking to push in on the rest of the resources. And you can see they're all over this one side of the base. You drop an outpost over here, you deny this gold. Outpost here denies the wood. Outpost right here denies this wood, denies the hunt. And you can see that Wham is now going to be caught in a bit of a tough position, looking to try and collect this deer as quickly as possible. He's going to be going up to castle. You can see he's working his way up there. Villagers being denied. I think he might... This is where it gets tough, right? Because you need to daisy chain these outposts and you don't want to go too far away. So you can see that Demuslim's thinking about dropping an outpost down here. It's going to be hard for him. So he might have to go for one right here instead. We'll watch and see where he goes to put it because now all the horsemen and the scouts going to be coming out looking to deny that. So once again, going to be forcing Demuslim out. Villagers just moving forward. He's like, you know what? Stuff you. He was going to put down the outpost, instead heading back towards that outpost. Cancels it, and now looking to try and readjust. We've also got a Regnitz Cathedral coming down for Wham. I don't know if I agree with that. I feel like in this position, a Burgrave definitely would have been the right choice because the Burgrave is going to enable you to deal with this. It's going to be able to enable you to create infantry, but now villagers got to be careful in this position because villagers are trying their best to get up this outpost. You can see them falling back, chasing back. They've got that extra textile health, trying to make their way into the outpost. I think he does. No, oh, I think he died. I think he died inside the outpost. He got stabbed. The big lance went all the way up into the outpost, but Age Up now coming through for Wham not too long before that one is finished, and that's going to enable him once he's in the third age, so he's going to be able to, obviously Rams are going to be an option, but Trebuchet's going to... Was he always on the Burgrave? I swear I saw the Regnitz Cathedral. He must have cancelled that. There's no way. But this is 100% the correct decision. This is the perfect decision to try and hold this. The trouble that he's going to have is that the outposts that he's dealing with here are Chinese outposts, which mean that they fire off that extra damage. You're not dealing with just normal arrows here. You're dealing with hand cannons, which means that they're going to be able to penetrate through that armor of the elite men-at-arms. They've got 3 armor here. Obviously, that goes to 4 when the men-at-arms upgrade comes through, which it will be coming through very, very shortly. It's not too expensive of an upgrade. Men-at-arms coming out, trying to swing to win. Not going to be happening. Villagers could turn their attention towards his outpost. You can see that he's actually pushing up, able to take out these villagers. We don't actually have the upgrade that's coming through for them, and he's going to have to force himself back as one of those, force those villagers back as one of them does go down. Now, behind this, the question is, what do you do behind this? Demuslim now behind this is going for a second town center, and that is 100% the smartest play. That is exactly what you want to do here. Don't go too greedy. You don't need to go 3 TCs. Just 2 TCs is all you need because you're already putting on the hurt on your enemy. 3 TCs, it's overkill. 2 2 TCs, perfect. So 2 TCs into a Castle Age shit is going to be insane for Demuslim because it enables him to put so much pressure onto his enemy. He's going to be able to stop this gold, and you can see the villagers working their way over towards this position. I'm not sure why this outpost was cancelled. This outpost should be up. It should be standing. Arrow slits is really what is going to be a huge factor here in deciding how immobile these villagers can be, because if an arrow slits comes up, it's going to be able to slowly wither away at those villagers. But we see that the outpost here just stands strong, but nothing inside of it. There's no units. There's nothing to really put out that damage. And now we see that the man-at-arms going to be going down here. They've got 4 armor on them, but remember we talked about this. The hand cannons enables those to just slice through them very, very quickly like butter. Behind this now, back over on Demuslim's side, we see that there are plenty of villagers still on stone. He could be thinking about a 3rd town center. Honestly, at this point, I'm probably just leaving that just for, hand cannon slits. If you're thinking about going to age 3, then potentially Springald emplacements is going to be a big thing. But you can see the way Demuslim is not giving up on this. And this is the whole idea behind this. You really do not want to give up on this kind of push. You're just always forcing your enemy to respond. Try and force out. Now, I suspect we're probably going to be seeing trebuchets coming out from Wham to deal with this. But the problem is the trebuchets are going to clear it very slowly. You want to take these resources. These are the only resources that are available in your base. A ram is going to give it to you almost immediately. Obviously, they both got similar amounts of damage that they put out. The only difference is the ram, you can get it much sooner than the trebuchet. The trebuchet is going to take quite a bit of time for you to get it. But now pushing forward with the next outpost. It looks like Wham actually giving up the gold vein. A whole bunch of upgrades coming through for Demuslim as well behind this. We'll take a look and see what he's got from the mill. He's got wheelbarrow, got horticulture coming through. No specialized pick just yet. No double broad axe just yet. Everything looking pretty decent for him. Is he really thinking about a 2nd town center or a 3rd town center? He could be. I mean, he's got the resources for it. The problem is if he goes for a 2nd town center, he's not going to be able to support it. I mean, he would be able to support the villager production. The problem is the food that you need to get up to the 3rd age, as well as produce for the 3rd town center. You would need like 36 villagers on food, and it's crazy. I mean, you could do it. You can do it, but like, good luck. Good luck. Prelate now coming in, bringing in those relics. Keep in mind that he does not have the Regnitz Cathedral. He's only got that Burgrave Palace. You can see he's really struggling with the economy as well. House going to be coming down here. Monastery obviously up for Wham. He's trying his best to make ends meet in the base, but obviously really struggling. And this is what I was talking about. When it comes to this matchup, you have to be playing like this as China, because all of the timings for the Holy Roman Empire are just slightly faster than the Chinese, and it means that the shoe is always on, or the ball is always in the court for the Holy Roman Empire. They get to play the game that they want. So you force them to play your game, and then that's where the real difference comes. Outpost does manage to get up over on this south side. You can see that there is still one that is being constructed at this point in time. It looks like we're going to have a market coming up here for Wham. And I feel like the Burgrave really didn't get a lot of use out of it. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with Wham. Like, obviously, he could have gone very, very heavy on men-at-arms, and you could probably clear this. You could clear these with men-at-arms. The problem is, though, that these villagers are just so omnipresent. And I feel like if you just had arrow slits here, it would have been a different story, because with arrow slits now, your villagers can't come underneath these outposts. They can't look to try and expand out this network, so you can force them out with your men-at-arms. You get the men-at-arms onto them, and all of a sudden they can't use these as bases. But Lanskanek's going to be coming out. A single villager does remain now for Demuslim, as he once again looks to try and push in. We see more men-at-arms coming out for Wham. Siege Workshop actually going down for Wham. So he could be looking to try and get out that trebuchet. Relic going to get picked up, but is going to get focused down by the outpost. So unfortunately, Prelate going to be losing its life. Some expensive losses right there. And how is Demuslim doing behind this? He's walled up. He is on his way to a very solid economy. We'll take a look at the difference between these two players, because he doesn't have a lot of villagers on wood. So to me, it signifies... Is he thinking about a keep as well? I love this play. Oh my god, I love this. This is chef's kiss. This is absolute beauty. As a Chinese player who has so much trouble with this matchup, and I know that there's a lot of Holy Roman Empire frogs out there that are going to be, a little bit upset that the HRE is losing this game in a matchup that's quite a good matchup for them. I mean, what an absolute clinic by Demuslim here. He is just demonstrating how to deal with the Holy Roman Empire. We do see that age up coming through. 600 stone in the bank. He is working towards that economy. In fact, let's take a look at the economy. 64 economic units, 0 military. 36 compared to Wham. So he has got a 28 villager lead. Is it really that high? It's really that high. Damn, it's a 30 villager lead. He's got a 30 villager lead already. That is crazy. He's put on this much pain, this much hurt. Looks like the outpost is going to get cancelled. I think the trebuchet might have fired off a point-blank shot. Villager trying its best to run back from that men-at-arms. Going to be able to do it, but you can hear the outpost just still firing off. All of these resources have been completely locked down. Dumuslim now reaches the castle age. What does he look to go into from here? A keep is always going to be a good option, but typically you would expect Nest of Bees. You would expect in this matchup seeing Lancers. Obviously, you typically don't want to be going up against this composition. Ideally, you don't want to be going Palace Guards because the Palace Guards are going to get shredded by the heavy maces as well as the two-handed weapons. So I would suggest probably, I would say Lancers would be good. Crossbows another good option. You're a lot less mobile with crossbows though, so it's always going to be difficult. Outpost comes down here looking to defend it. Springald emplacement is going to be coming through. In fact, he's got multiple Springald emplacements. Does not need that keep. No, sir. He is going to have Springald emplacements. That's going to be all the damage he needs to hold on to that position. But now, towards this south side, we can see the counterweight trebuchet slowly but steadily working on these outposts. It's going to take... This will be cleared by like 19 minutes. And just remember, there's a Barbican still down here. So it's really going to be it's really going to be hard. And now Men-at-Arms going to be turning their attention. You can see the Springald emplacement just working them down. And I feel like this is the consequence of this map. You know, had this been any other map, Dumuslim's not able to wall up as well as he is right now. And the counterattack is a real imminent threat. But not going to be the case here because he's just very easily able to move over to the next side. We'll take a look at how Wham is doing. Has moved outside of the base. No prelate down here. 17 villagers all just hanging out. In fact, he's got 4 prelates out on the map right now. They are... I don't know exactly what they're doing. He's brought them all back in. Was there some pressure on the front? I'm not sure what happened. He's brought these villagers back from the front. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Maybe the Barbican found a new way to attack. But it looks like this wall is going to be broken through. Dumuslim at this point in time going to be going into a Nest of Bee and is indeed going into Lancer. So this is 100% the right play from him. It's going to be more than enough to hold this. And the primary thing that you need to do here is just make sure that that Nest of Bees doesn't die. So ideally, you just want to be keeping it around the town center. So, you know, somewhere around this position like that, make sure you've got villagers ready to pull. Now, these villagers do have their wheelbarrows, so they're going to be running a little bit faster. So you can be a bit more flexible with it. But now going to be breaking through. And remember, Dumuslim's been up in Castle Age now for, what, 2-3 minutes? So he's had plenty of time to get these Lancers out. First Nest of Bee is going to be coming out. Second Nest of Bee is probably going to be coming out as well. Plenty of villagers in queue. He's in Song Dynasty. Currently sitting on 89 villagers compared to 42 of Wham. He is more than double. Lancer's going to be running out, looking to try and dish out some damage. The Nest of Bee is going to be opening fire towards this position, and you can see just how effective those Lancers are in this position here. He's got to be very careful with that Nest of Bees. That Nest of Bees might go down, but it doesn't even matter. The Lancers are so damn strong. Look at the way that they just clean that up. At this point in time, I can't even see how Wham can possibly win this. He is thinking about an Imperial Age at this point, but realistically, there doesn't seem like a viable route. He's now all of a sudden he's gone idle on the villagers over here. It is not looking good for Wham because all of a sudden Dumuslim, he's going to be able to push out. I'm thinking Dumuslim's actually just got this one in the bag. There's no two ways about it right now. We see the farm transition coming through. Wham over on the other side. Trebuchet slowly but steadily working through it. But I don't know whether he's going to be able to come through. Dumuslim now going to be researching double broadaxe. He's getting the farm transition down and now pushes out across the map. And good game gets called. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Wham has just tapped out. I think he's realized the fact that he doesn't have all of these deer carcasses available to him. And Dumuslim is just going to take the game like that. So an interesting game. And I got to say, absolutely beautiful stuff. We saw a lot of great stuff in this game. The deer push in particular was my favorite. I'll catch you guys in the next one. This has been Golden League. See you guys.